hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch it lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to...
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Stop your whining.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. T.J. Carey right there in coverage.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Mayfield now from the 50. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, and it's 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. On the return, Jackson. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerve.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Mariota. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. 3rd and long here for Mariota. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sheldon Richardson picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Motion. Three.
Mariota. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Mariota. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. and good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Mariota gives to Henry, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. On 2nd down, here's Henry, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, Mariota. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And the Browns, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
1st down, Mayfield. And Callaway taking it in left side. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Titans' 36-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you 1st downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up 1st downs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
The tackle made by Jason Brown. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Seibert able to knock this one through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing, Mariota. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Mariota now to throw on first down. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing is Mariota. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
The Titans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Final play of the half here. Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Right there.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards there to begin the third quarter. They also lead by 3 points.
And 7 at the 22-yard line.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Check. Watch 54.
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. To throw, Mayfield. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Watch the pass.
On 1st down, it's Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got Njoku over the middle. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jannard Avery just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith. Third down here.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he locates Walker, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Shotgun handoff for Lewis. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Caught left side, Garcon. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Second down, Mariota. He gets this one to Garcon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a gain of 35.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try to run for it with Henry. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
They come up in an offset eye. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This just a 24-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other, quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the fourth, it's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals.
Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? This feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice and tense on the edge of your seat. Have you been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he completes it to Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 40.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely, great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
That's trash.
A carry here for Hunt. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
39-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Mayfield. Flushed out right. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. Now Mariota. He's going to wind up and air it out. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Titans. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover.
A game of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Back to throw. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He's back to throw. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Mariota. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set for 20.
54 miles. Wild Bill.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Davis with it left side. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. It's caught by Garcon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it? Yeah, but preseason, you know.